せーのでもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心は進化するよもっともっと
Hello SMG, it's been banned SMG, mind you. It's been a long time since I've made a video. I checked the last time I used my video editing software and it was June 22nd, so that's a pretty fucking long time. Before I even get started, I have a fan on in my room and I know someone's going to say, turn off the fan! Okay, I need that for my autism. So it's not turning off, and it's never turning off. So, but I did some research today, seeing how it's the end of the week. It's a Black Friday, which is a Shabbos Goy holiday, as we all know. I figured we'd go over some of the stuff on here. I have an honorable mention, and I have some things that after the stock talk that I want to talk about the general in general, and about certain individuals within this general. So I'll get into that as well. So let's go ahead and get right into the stock talk, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. So I have chosen 3 stocks as my usual. 3 of the best weekly gainers, and 3 of the worst stocks of the week. So we should probably get into the gainers first. And some of these are just fucking, I don't know. Some of the shit, when I look this shit up every week, it seems like all these companies are doing the same shit. And I'll get into that in a minute. But the first company in the top of the list was the ticker SMX, which stands for Security Matters Public Limited Company. They were up 1,207% this week. Currently trading at $61 a share, $61.04 a share. And they're like, what the fuck's going on there? So I looked at it. It says that they are a company that provides brand protection, authentication, and track and trace technology for the anti-counterfeit market. So if you're looking up information, tracing technology, the anti-counterfeit market, I get it now. For the not the counter. Okay. Anyways, its proprietary marker system embeds a permanent or removable mark on solid, liquid, or gaseous objects or materials. The company's solutions comprise physical or chemical marker system coupled with a reader and connected to a blockchain digital platform. Here we fucking go with the blockchain gay shit. It's just everywhere at this point. Anyways. Blockchain digital platform for application and process tracing, authentication, and sustainability in circular economics industries, whatever the fuck that means. It was formerly known as Empatan Public Limited Company, and it changed its name to what it is now. And they are located in Ireland, of all places, Dublin, Ireland. So I looked a little bit deeper into this. And this is where things get extremely Jewish, and I like that. So one of the articles I read about it said that it introduced molecular identity technology that gives metals, minerals, and industrial materials a permanent signature. So if we're going to talk about, to me, what that means, so are we at the point now where we're going to start putting, well, I guess that's not the weirdest thing, but you're giving a permanent signature on fucking natural resources or industrial materials. That seems real fucking shady. Apparently somebody likes it because, or a lot of people like it, to go up, 1,200% in a fucking week. So I don't know, that's something to look into. Maybe that's a big time sleeper, or maybe it's not a sleeper anymore, that's for sure, but maybe it's something to look into. The next one is nothing surprising in terms of what field they're actually in. So The next one is KTTA. It's Pacitia Therapeutics Corporation. They are up 402.91% this week, which equates to their current share price is $1.47 a share. So let's first of all think about that. Pacitia Therapeutics. It's a fucking bio meme. After 400% of an increase, now it's $1.47. So it's still a shit coin, so to say. That's what I call shitty stocks. It's a penny stock, technically, and it's going to get delisted if it doesn't reverse split or get above $5. So let's talk about this. It says that they are a clinical stage biotechnology company focusing on the discovery, research, and development of treatments for central nervous system disorders, RASopathies, and cancers. So their lead product here that says is something I looked into a little bit. Their lead product candidate is PAS-004, which is a next generation macrocyclic mitogen activated protein kinase. What is this shit? Or MEK inhibitor to treat a range of RASopathies, including neurofibromatosis type 1, NF1, MAPK pathway-driven tumors. I don't know what any of this shit means, and you don't either, but I'm just going to say it anyways. Such as, I'm not saying that, BRAF fusion tumors, cancer, and inflammatory bowel disease, which is interesting because I'll tell you what, something's going on with this fucking IBS and shit like that, because I'm seeing more and more people, younger and younger, getting irritable bowel syndrome, diverticulitis, ulcerative colitis, and I'll get more into that later because I have thoughts on that. But this company apparently is trying to treat such things. It says that the company's lead development candidate is PAS-003 to treat amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. And they have another one. It also, this is really good for you guys. It says it also intends to develop PAS-001 to treat schizophrenia, which Lord fucking knows. There's at least one individual in this general that could use it, but in reality, all of you could, if we're being honest here. I mean, for Christ's sakes, just, Swifty the Turk Roach should be in clinical trials for that, but that's just my opinion. So, why did their stock go up so much? Well, from what I read, first of all, they're located, if anyone cared. They incorporated in 2020, headquartered in Miami Beach, Florida. But this company had announced a pricing of $60 million public offering of common stock. So, normally when they do a public offering, it's, obviously to raise money. That's usually dilutes the stock, so I don't know, that's really not a good thing, I don't think, but for whatever reason, that was part of it. And then the other piece of news I saw on that was that a phase 1 trial of PAS-004 is complete, which phase 1 nobody gives a shit about phase 1. Because we all know what's going to happen. It's going to make it through phase 1, it's going to make it through phase 2, and then it's going to fail on phase 3. That's the way all these bio memes go. It's the same thing. The FDA goes, no, you don't know enough Jewish people in the industry, so your drug doesn't work out. Kind of like Martin Scarelli. He got squeezed out because he wasn't Jewish, but that's neither here nor there. So the last one I have, which is funny enough, as I actually looked into this, is that this has been on a list before that I've done. It's AEHL, which is Antelope Enterprise Holdings Limited. If I'm not mistaken, this company actually changed names. They used to be something else, like ceramic company or some shit. Now all of a sudden they're a fucking holdings company. But long story short, they through its subsidiaries provide live stream e-commerce and business management and information systems consulting services in the People's Republic of China and the United States. So that's a problem. The company operates social media and various e-commerce platforms. Already gay. It also provides... Oh, I should go back and say they were up 155.37% and are currently priced at $3.09 a share. Anyways. So, it also provides business management consulting, information system technology consulting services, including the sales of software use rights for digital data deposit platforms and asset management systems, an online social media platform developing consulting. One gigantic chink spyware company. One gigantic intellectual property stealing company. That's just from reading it, that's just immediately what I think. China and the United States operates wide net of things. They can just pick and choose what they want if they want to steal from it. Yeah, I was right. The company is formerly known as China Ceramics Company. Huh? Did you actually make ceramic shit? Because how do you go from ceramics to e-commerce to social media? Why? Because they are located in Xinjiang, the People's Republic of China, China #1. So there you go.
China #1! China #1!
So this has been on my list before. And to make things even more ridiculous, they engage in natural gas power generation, power station acquisitions, and investment business, offers film and television entertainment, internet celebrity economy and games, and trades building materials. What the hell is this company? This company is as the Zoomers say, sus. You basically do everything. I don't know any company out there that does everything and has done so they changed their name 5 years ago. But the news that I read on that was that they signed a strategic agreement with BitGo, which I've heard that name before somewhere, to advance Bitcoin acquisition and security. And crypto, what do you know? Crypto as well. Gotta love that. So yeah, I don't know if that's something. That's proceed with caution, I would say. So that's the 3 top gainers for the week. Moving on to the losers here. I don't know if I've seen this one posted in the general, but I feel like I have at some point, and I'm sure you guys will let me know. But there is the stock GORV, or also known as Lazy Days Holding Incorporated. I feel like I've seen that name somewhere, but they are down 59.51%, and they're also selling at 42 cents a share, which is amazing. So it says through its subsidiaries, they operate and manage recreational vehicle dealerships under the Lazy Days brands in the United States. I've never seen one of these. Being in a recreational vehicle dealership's got to be booming right now, given how everyone's fucking broke. So good on them. They sell new and pre-owned recreational vehicles, so RVs. They're fucking selling RVs.
Goddamn son of a bitch!
So it sounds to me the boomers are starting to unload. And related parts and accessories. It also provides RV repair and services, as well as it arranges financing extended service contracts for RVs. They're an RV company, okay? So you would say, well, maybe that's on the up and up. Well, here's the real news with that. They are officially throwing in the towel and saying we're getting delisted. So they're not even going to be traded. They're going to be over the counter here pretty soon. And not only will they be over the counter, but I could see them going out of business. Because let's face it, we millennials aren't buying fucking RVs. And Zoomers most certainly aren't buying RVs, can't even drive them. Hell, most Zoomers are scared to get their fucking driver's license. You think they're going to be driving a fifth wheel? Not a chance. Zoomers are too stupid for that. They just don't have the functional abilities to drive a large vehicle like an RV. They should stick to electric scooters or hoverboards. So. Yeah, so that company's fucking cooked. The next one is a company called ANPA, or ticker called ANPA. ANPA. Company is called Rich Sparkle Holdings Limited. They are down 42.25% for the week, and they are currently trading at $16.31 a share. So what they do, Rich Sparkle Holdings Limited provides financial printing and corporate services in Hong Kong. So, yeah, another China one. Company's service portfolio covers a range of deliverables, including listing documents, financial reports, fund documents, circulars, and announcements. That's what I want. I want China handling my financial reports. Nothing bad can come out of that. It also offers typesetting, proofreading, translation, design, printing, advisory services, such as conducting internal control assessment, environmental, and social and governance performance evaluation, as well as other services including provision of co-working space. The company's customers include a range of domestic and international companies listed on the Stock Exchange of Hong Kong. Okay. The company was founded in 2016 and is headquartered in central Hong Kong. They are a subsidiary of Superb Prospect Group Limited. Don't know about them. It says ANPA will make its... Okay, so the news on them is that this is another one, I swear to Christ. ANPA will make its first major venture into crypto.
Hello, Bitcoiners.
By purchasing up to $500 million in something called EDU tokens over the next 24 months through open market and over-the-counter transactions. EDU tokens, never heard of them. You would think maybe Bitcoin. Nope, EDU tokens. So it's probably another shitcoin scam. I don't know. The whole thing seems shady. Apparently the investors don't care for that because they lost almost half their value in a week. But I don't know anything further on that. And then the last one, it's actually kind of a short one. I don't know a lot about this company, but I do know this is interesting. Anyways, the stock ticker is ECDA, which is ECD Automotive Design Incorporated. So what they do is they engage in the production and sale of customized Land Rover vehicles in the United States. Anyone that knows anything about Land Rovers, that probably raised an eyebrow. They are down 42.25%, trading at $16.31 a share. No, that's the last one. Oh, I didn't even put the fucking price down for this one. Alright, I fucked that up. You'll have to look yourself if you're interested. Anyways, so Land Rovers, the production and sale of customized, not just Land Rovers, customized Land Rovers in the United States. It says the company also provides repair or upgrade services and extended warranties. Oh, everyone loves that. It restores various vehicles, including Land Rover Defenders, Land Rover Series 2A and 3, the Range Rover Classic, and Jaguar E-Types. So, if you know anything about Land Rovers, it's like a Harley. You're buying it, and you're going to have to repair it all the time. It's going to sit in a shop every 5,000 miles, every 2,500 miles. It's got a problem that you'll never hear anybody that owns a Land Rover repair facility ever complain about business, because they're pieces of shit that break down all the time. Are they cool looking vehicles? Are they comfortable to ride in? Absolutely. But they're just like any other luxury vehicle where they're going to break down all the time. You got to take them to specialized places to get fixed. They're going to charge you out the ass. So this one is interesting to me because if they are in charge of the repair of these shitty vehicles, then it seems like their business would be up, but because everybody's broke, people aren't buying Land Rovers, but there's enough rich people to supply all the business. But it is in Florida, by the way, Kissimmee, Florida. All I read about it is I read that their net gains or whatever was up, but their gross profit was down. I don't know, net earnings. Their net earnings was up, but their gross profit was down. So their quarterly earnings were bad, I guess. I don't know. I mean, but it must have been really bad because it's on this list. So, yeah, that's. Oh, there's one honorable mention here. I'll see if I can find audio on it at some point. But I wanted to go back to the IBS and the diverticulitis and ulcerative colitis and why these cases are rising throughout. This is the end of the stock. Well, not the end, technically not yet. But I wanted to go back to that because I work with somebody who's got diverticulitis. My parents' neighbor just got diverticulitis, almost died from it. I have more than one friend that's got ulcerative colitis. It's confusing to me. Why is this happening? Well, speaking of an honorable mention stock, we're going to talk about Campbell's. For those of you that, most of you have to know by this, because this is huge news. But one of the vice presidents of Campbell's got caught on a hot mic, I think it was a while ago, saying like, we make fucking soup for poor people. I would never eat this shit. It's terrible for you. Like, oh, it's for poor people. Poor people eat Campbell's soup. We make fucking 3D printed meat in all of our fucking products. I'm like,
we have shit for fucking poor people. Who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's so healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
Jesus Christ! Like, if that wasn't true, and I don't think this guy knew he was being recorded, like, why would he say something like that? And naturally, Campbell's comes out like, oh, that's not true. We use all white meat, FDA approved. None of this is true. He's lying. He's making up stories. I don't buy that. And I would say that Campbell's isn't, I don't know, Campbell's cast such a wide net when it comes to their company that I don't know if they can even be, like, if they can even fail. They're almost too big to fail because people don't know how to make fucking soup from scratch anymore, So it's like, oh, you buy Campbell's. Or you buy, I don't know, you can get it from restaurants or whatever, but everybody buys a Campbell's product of some sort. I don't know if I want to as much anymore after hearing that, if it actually is true. But I guess, saying that our chicken is FDA approved doesn't mean anything. Because the FDA is a garbage organization to begin with, so it doesn't really matter if you say that. Because the FDA is just like a pay-to-win type of business structure. They don't actually care about the consumer whatsoever. Or else, everything in this country, all of our food is fucking shit. It's all shit. By design. You go to any other country and it's at least somewhat regulated. There's at least something that's not garbage. So I just kind of lean into it personally. I'm like, whatever, I'm going to eat whatever I want, and if it kills me, well, it kills me anyways, I'm fucking drinking anyways, what does that matter? But I'll see if I can find the audio on that. But yeah, that came out, and I laughed a lot because that's pretty much how I expect most executives to behave. Like, I don't use our shit. I get my shit from an organic source and whatever that only rich people can get. Everything else has pesticides and shit, but I don't eat that. Only poor people eat this shit. Which he's probably right, actually. To be honest with you, he's probably right. I mean, I'm not rich, which we'll get into that later too. But anyways, that was one thing I wanted to add, was the Campbell's soup thing. So now I have to deal with you people. I have a lot of, well, this clip should sum it up.
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now you're gonna hear about it.
But there's a lot of things I want to say about some of the people in this channel. For one, we're going to talk about Baggett right off the rip. I've had a lot of problems with Baggett. For those of you that have not been in the loop, me and Baggett have known each other for 10 plus years now. All the way back to the old early biz days with RKG, Big Five Guy and all that stuff. So Baggett's got himself into a bit of a conundrum. I did some stuff for him. I wrote a story for him. He owes me $5,000. He knows it. I know it. He knows you know I know it.
Give me all you got!
Listen.
Give me all you got!
And he also owes me a consulting job. He has not delivered on either, which should remind you that there are two types of Jews. There are the good Jews, which are me, and there are the bad Jews that are fucking Baggett. So you cannot trust a guy like Baggett. Just two Corvettes, giant house, all this stuff. No, can't even pay his bills. Can't even give, Fat Hands here his $5,000. So it's despicable. It makes me sick. That's the kind of guy Baggett is. His Goog Fu got cancer. He shoved her in a fucking closet, locked the door, and like just feeds her sandwiches every once in a while. You know, doesn't really care about her. Goes and sleeps with other gook women while she's suffering. You know, it's disgusting, and that's just how bad it is. To follow that up, there was another individual. When I mentioned this, and I mentioned this several times in this general to catch because you need to know the truth. Then another A9, who was a U.S. flagged A9, which disappoints me a lot, told me, "You need to stop saying people claim shit to you. That's bullshit." I'm not claiming, it's factual, okay? There's a difference between making up stories and calling Baggett out. So you are a Baggett enabler, which is like, that's almost below Turk Roach. Like, you're right here. There's Baggett enabler, Turk Roaches. So, and then below Turk Roaches, there's Taylor Swift Turk Roach. So, keep that in mind when you want to slander and shit on me about me having a conversation with Baggett about what I am owed. Yeah, think about that. You're gallivanting with Turk Roaches. That's how far you've fallen if you start making those comments. Other news I learned is that Schizo Anon is a vegetarian, which is alarming, if you will. Mom! Don't let him kill me! I thought he was into gains and weightlifting and stuff, and you can't, how many gains are you going to get if you're not eating meat, You're just eating vegetables and beans. And I know that's true because Joe Rogan told me it's true, that vegetarians aren't healthy and can't get gains. So if you want to question Joe Rogan, that's fine, but I trust his word on that matter. So I don't think there was a whole lot of other stuff. I mean, obviously the Turk Roaches are still a problem. Taylor Swift is a succubus. We all know that. We just started a new thread. Somebody in here said that nobody will remember me from the last thread. I know exactly who you are, and I could blow your cover at any minute, so don't say things like that. Anyone who says nobody remembers me from the last thread, I remember every single one of you from the last thread. I don't need, trip codes or anything. I just know. Other than that, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of baby posting. That's pretty normal. Wait, was that him? Oh, it's actually Schizo Anon that said that. So no surprise there. Anyways, it's nice to be back for a moment. I guess I'll do some more research in this stuff, and maybe we'll get some better content in the future. So, anyways, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's good to see everybody.